had, please, about seeing the ship and the silver robot. What was happening there?
It was just a visual representation to help prepare her.
Prepare her for what, please?
For the coming times.
And can you expand and explain more about the coming times for her?
There's a lot of activity, and it's going to be frightening. She needed to have a visual so that she wouldn't be as frightened as everyone else. There will be ships, there will be people who don't want this broadcast to happen. Well, there are already people who don't want the broadcast to happen. And they have been trying to stop things. And they will still try to stop things, and it may cause some issues locally, nothing big, nothing that will stop what's happening.
And what does the silver robot represent?
She thinks that it's a bad guy. And we don't see it as a bad guy.
What would you like her to know about the silver robot then?
It's a part of it all, but it's nothing to be concerned about. And it doesn't mean there will be harm.
Okay, thank you so much. In terms of the broadcast, how is she going to experience it?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. How will she experience the broadcast?
She will be asleep, and it will wake her. Everyone else who isn't already awake will be awakened as well. They have had little preparation, so she will be able to help calm their nerves. She's been very worried about the way that things will happen and has been following her guides and preparing for things mentally and with supplies. So even if she doesn't need them, she will be ready.
Okay, thank you. And have a sense of how long the broadcast will run for?
Her first thought was 3 days, but we see 5.
Thank you. And is the time and date that it's going to happen still flexible?
Do not see a date. So that means flexible to me.
Thank you very much. And can you get a sense of if it's going to be before the election or after the election or before the shift in December?
The broadcast will be before December.
And what are some of the things that need to happen before the broadcast can take place?
There are other things going on. We need more people to awaken. Before the broadcast, so that they are not sent into a panic. There will still be some who will panic, but if we give more people time to awaken and realize what's happening before, then there's less of a chance for large-scale problems. Julie's wondering, well, if that's the case, what difference does it make whether they go into a panic now or not because of all of the natural disasters that are supposed to take place? We're just trying to make it as peaceful and calm as possible. We don't want many people to be harmed or shocked any more than what they already will be.
Yes, I understand. But it also must be a big challenge to get people awoken to see the broadcast and then process the broadcast to then be ready for the shift. It seems like there's a lot that's going to be happening in this short amount of time.
Yes.
So it kind of seems like, wouldn't it be easier if it happened earlier, so people had that time to process that before the shift?
It seems that way.
Okay, thank you. And in terms of the Three Gorge Dam, is this part of what needs to happen before the broadcast or not?
see blue, which means a great deal of water to me. See that it will be something that will happen before the broadcast.
Okay, thank you very much. And in terms of Julie, will she be experiencing the earlier upgrades to be part of the lifesavers?
She already has been. She just doesn't know really what they are, what is happening.
Will she get her crystalline body upgrade before December?
It flashed to yes.
Thank you. What would you like her to know about the life-saving role?
That appearance is going to be just as shocking to some people, well, to many people, as the broadcast. Because there are so many who, even though they are not bad people, they're just not in the same place. They don't know the same things, or they've interpreted things differently. So when people appear in such a different way, it is going to be shocking, but it's also going to envelop them in so much love that it will be instantly calming. And they will not be afraid. They will just know that this is our love for them, our love for everyone.
It seems that if people had those upgrades earlier, after the broadcast, then that would help all of the people be in shock, and that therefore the broadcast could happen earlier because these lifesavers are going to calm and settle people's worries and concerns.
It could happen that way. We don't really get to decide, though.
Who does get to decide?
It's a collective. And the larger picture, not something that we are all involved in, but yet we're all a part of it, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you, it does. Are you able to give us an understanding of how the broadcast will reach everyone, considering we have all different time zones?
Time doesn't mean the same thing as it does to everyone on Earth. And it's going to be all at once. Time zones have nothing to do with it. Time zones are for humans.
Okay, thank you. And so, does it mean that it won't start in one particular country, or how can I understand this more?
It will be everywhere all at the same time. It will not start in any particular country.
And most of my clients have been told that they will waken up to the broadcast. Is this literally like they will be asleep in bed and then they wake up to that, or is this an analogy of something else?
Both.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else you would like to tell us about the broadcast that we need to know?
There's a lot of concern about the timing of it. And we want you to relax and know that everything that is supposed to happen will happen. The timing is not of the utmost importance. Yes, there are things that need to happen in a certain order, but that is not necessarily reflecting on the timing, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure it will, in hindsight. Thank you. And in terms of Julie's family experiencing Thanksgiving, what can you tell her about that?
There will still be family time, and it will be different. They will all be together, but not in the same way that they normally are.
Can you share with us how it will be different, please?
She has taken herself out of the equation. This is a typical Julie thing to do. She is not a fan of family confrontation. So rather than making other people uncomfortable, she just took charge and decided that they would not need to be uncomfortable. So they will not go at Thanksgiving, but there will be another time that they will get together, and it will be before the shift. And there will be an outpouring of love from everyone.
Do you get a sense that the broadcast had already happened before the Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And in terms of Julie feeling like she's had an emotional wreck of a day, what would you like her to know about the purpose of this day for her?
This day was helpful to her. She was able to see the situation for what it was and have a full understanding of the feelings of everyone involved. She made sure to make it clear that she loves her family, and she is also choosing love for others in a way that will help them to feel accepted and nurtured, and it will help them awaken, and it will help them be in the right place when they need to be for the shift.
Thank you. And in terms of her already been upgraded, how would you like to tell us how that has happened for her?
The headaches are a sign of that. She's actually beginning to get one now. She's not been sure if they are actual ascension symptoms or if they are just sinus other, but to help with that, the headaches are not in the same place every time. So that will help her know that she is right and they are not just sinuses. This change will help her and make it less awkward when the crystalline body comes into play.
Thank you. And are you able to do a body scan and relieve anything that needs to be addressed today for her?
Yeah.
Is there anything that needs working on for her body?
She has some intestinal issues we will take care of.
Thank you. And how will she feel after the healing?
She'll be good. She needs to rest.
Thank you. Is there anything else you would like her to know, please?
She needs to know that she is on the right path. She still feels uncertain at times, especially when things don't happen that she thought would, or when she gets sick in some way. She thinks that she shouldn't be getting sick anymore, but that's not what's going on for her. This is just a normal thing that happens with humans. And even with upgrades, there are still things that are going to happen with her body up to the point of changing.
Thank you. Is there anything she needs to be worried about?
Say that again.
Is there anything that she needs to be worried about or make changes with her habits?
She still hasn't gone back into the Tai Chi. And we feel that will help her very much.
What is your resistance from starting to do that?
That's hard for us to say. It doesn't make any sense from this end. She knows that it would be a good thing for her. She knows that she enjoyed it.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you for the reminder that she does have this that she can go to help her. So thank you very much. And is there any important information that she needs to be aware of if there is anything that she is believing to be true that is not the case? Is there any old belief systems that you need to know she needs to revalue and rethink about?
She does still hang on to how she was raised by her parents. There's a lingering thought there that in learning everything that she's learned and being a part of things like this, that she is participating in something negative or from the devil. She needs to know this is not from the devil. This is all part of the greater good. She can know that and how it doesn't harm anyone.
In terms of her intuition, how is she going with that? Is she trusting her intuition better now?
She's getting better at that. It takes time, but she is learning to listen. She keeps getting our signs that we send her. And that helps her to know that she does need to listen.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Yes, that's great advice. And is there a final message that you would like to share with us?
We just send love.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Is there a message for me from anyone?
I'm seeing Dolores.
Does Dolores have a message for us today?
Things are going well. Everything is on track. Stay calm.